Hey, buddy. Um, so first off, obviously, this is not my room. This is my son's room. It's a washable marker. So I'll let him draw on the walls. Um, but my wife's upstairs doing her schoolwork. Um, More than likely, too, this is probably going to be the most rambling of all ramblings. Because honestly, like, where do you start? And this is going to go into obviously what happened the other day up in Minnesota. Again, I'm from South Carolina. I live in South Carolina, so like most people all over, we heard about through the news, Facebook, whatever, about what happened to this guy, George Floyd. And the aftermath with the whole protest and what happened in the city, that's not right. Obviously, I don't think there's anyone who's saying, yeah, good job on them for doing that. But I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. Fuck it. What white people keep getting away with? Like, obviously I'm white, and I've gotten away with a lot of stuff that I shouldn't have gotten away with. I mean, I can't honestly say it was due to me being white, but if you look at all, like, before my kid came around, I had multiple speeding tickets, multiple times I got pulled over without a license, multiple times I got pulled over with a suspended license, and each time I drove home. Or I had somebody pick me up and we just drove like a few minutes later, and I got back in my car and I drove home. But regardless, any of those times, any single one of those times, I've been pulled over with suspended license, no license, driving, speeding, any of that, I could have been arrested, and 100% my fault. And I never was. Got caught in Operation Thunder down here in Augusta a few years ago. I say a few, it's 6, 7, maybe even 8 years ago, because it was before my kid, I think. But again, nothing. Sir, just get somebody to come drive you home and take your car. All right, cool. Called my friend. They came and got me, and we drove up to a gas station, and I got back in my car and I went home. But again, I got away with it. Hell, I had cops called to one of my old houses, when I was young and dumb and drinking, and not to go into full detail, but some shit happened that I definitely should have been fucking arrested for, and I didn't. Like, that for sure. Two instances for sure where I should have been arrested. 100%. And I wasn't. Nothing. Ticket, here you go. Don't do it again. Bad. There are people who say white privilege isn't real, and I'm pretty fucking sure it is. Like, again, I should have been arrested 2 times, 100% for sure. No questions. I should have been arrested. And I wasn't. Pretty sure if I hadn't have happened to be white, that I would have been arrested. Can't, say that for a fact or for certain, but I'm like, obviously, like Lysol kills germ, I'm 99.99% sure if I was not white during those situations, my ass would have ended up in jail that night. 100%. Pretty much. 100%. No, fuck it. 100%. My ass would have been in fucking jail. There's no way around it, dude. There's no way around it. It's just, the shit that we get away with that others won't. It's fucking out there. It's right there if you just fucking look at it, man. Numbers don't lie. There are statistics after statistics after statistics of us either getting away with shit or getting lesser sentences for shit that people that aren't white get maximum, if not crazy, sentences for. There's You can't argue with it. You cannot fucking argue. In this day and age, I seen a perfect a comment or something. I think I've seen it before, but it encapsulates the situation perfectly. Like, racism isn't getting worse; it's getting filmed. And that's true as shit. The same shit that's going on now was going on in the 90s and 80s and all that kind of shit. Except back then, cameras weren't really a thing. They were a thing, but personal cameras like this phone I have here, they weren't a thing, man. Not in the way they are now. Not as easily accessible and as widely used as they are now. If shit goes down, somebody somewhere has a phone, can pull it out and film it. And yeah, there have been plenty of videos where shit's gone down and shit's fucked up. And hey, so and so fucked up. You know what I mean? But and those hey, they're not as white and black as the situation of what happened to this guy. I mean, I've seen all the videos that are out, to my knowledge. Every angle from his initial arrest or initial handcuffing to when he went to the SUV and he fell. And again, if you look at the footage, it's from across the street, so it isn't fully detailed, but to me, it clearly looks like he fell, like tripped, because it was right around the curb, so he easily could have tripped on the curb and fell. And then from there, because that's where whatever footage was, or if there was footage of how he came to get 4 fucking guys on him, that apparently isn't anything that I've seen. But in any fucking reason, you got a man handcuffed, so he already ain't going nowhere. You have him right next to the fucking police car. Why can't you fucking put him in there? You had him next to another police car before you walked his ass across the road. You couldn't put him in that fucking car? I think there was another one in front of the other one. So you had 3 fucking cars. You arrest him from one, walk him next to the other one, walk him across the street to the one that he eventually dies by. And you got 4 motherfuckers on top of him? 4. On a dude that's handcuffed and obviously is not going anywhere. You have him pinned against the SUV with 4 people on top of him. Even if he had tried to resist and he had tried to fight, even if that is not how the fuck you handle that situation. 4 people, he ain't going nowhere. You can at least get your fucking knee off his goddamn head. There's no reason for that shit. That is bullshit to the extreme. There was no reason for that man to fucking die. If he had resisted, alright, cool. Arrest him for all that kind of shit. But it doesn't seem at all in any video, in anything, that's what the fuck he did. So there is no excuse for that man to die. There's no excuse for that fucking officer to do that shit. And yeah, you got those out here that are like saying, oh, fuck all cops, and all this kind of shit. And it's not that. I'm not saying fuck all cops. I almost became a cop. I just didn't want to fucking shave because that shit's badass. But, I posted something yesterday and I took it down because it ended up being an inaccurate post. But we got into it, me and some of my Facebook friends, and I don't say got into it as like we had an argument. No, it was a very nice discussion with everyone involved. But what it basically came down to was one of the people was, wanting to know everything about the cops, and I get that. That makes sense. Yeah, you want to know the full situation. I'm 100% down for that, obviously, because maybe we had missed something. It doesn't seem like we have. It seems like all the information is out there. People posted all the videos that they had, restaurant footage, all that kind of shit. All that's out there for everybody to see. And so, this person's view was, well, that doesn't mean all cops are bad. And we were all agreeing with her. We were all agreeing like that. You're right. That does not mean that. But see, so you're upset that this is going to cause bad light on all cops. That is a rational viewpoint. I get where you can go with that because that is how it turns out when so many of this shit happens. People are like, fuck all cops at this point. I get that. Hey, understand. It's not the case. Not all cops are bad. But yeah. So, but anyways, my point to her was, All right, so you're upset that a lot of people are going to see this and think all cops are bad. All right, well, if you look again, I'm not black. Obviously, I'm not black. I'm fucking ginger. I'm the whitest you can. I'm the whitest of the white people. You know what I'm saying? But if you take that same thought that you're thinking of, all right, one bad apple spoils the bunch. When you look at how black people are growing up their entire life, some of them having to look over their fucking shoulder because a few of them out there are doing some bad shit. So now all of them have to have a target on the back. An entire race in this country, in parts all over the world, I am sure. But this country specifically, obviously, I'm an American, so I'm only really can talk about what's happening here. And you see that, you know, the bad actions of a few have caused an entire race to have to look over their shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Like, this bullshit. So you got a few bad apples in the police force, and now people are looking at cops the wrong way. It's not correct, you know, but that's what's happening. That's been the case for an entire race in this country since the fucking beginning, man. Like, I was raised in the South. I see it all over me. All the fuck over me. I don't care for the South. I've been honest from the get-go. I think I mentioned it in my last one. I've never really cared for the South. I have the views of a typical Northerner, you know. But fuck it, you know. That's why I'm here. That's why I live, and all that kind of good shit. And it's not only just the South either. I'm not saying all Southern people are like this. No, there are plenty of Southern people I grew up with that I'm friends with that share the same views as me, and there are others that, you know, don't. But there are others up north. There are people everywhere are fucking racist. No matter where you go, you're gonna find somebody in that town, in that city, that I guarantee you is gonna have a deep hatred towards someone who's not his or her color. You're gonna find it. It's all over the world. You know, racism is everywhere, and it's fucking sucks ass. There's no point in it. Why are you gonna look down on a person because he or her is not your fucking color? Is the dumbest shit ever. The dumbest fucking shit ever. There's nothing dumber than that. Like, oh, you're black, I don't like you. Oh, you're white, cool. You know, like, why? Cause he's black, you don't like him? But he's white, so he's cool. Alright? But he's a serial killer possibly, you know, let's say. But he's cool, right? Well, fuck it. That's a total ramble, kind of off subject. But again, this is gonna be one of those rambles that is really just a fucking ramble because the shit's fucking ridiculous. I mean, you got that one case, I don't know how long ago, of that one guy with I think his girlfriend, fiance, whatever the hell it was, and he was telling the officer, hey, I'm going for my license. I'm going for, you know, my license. I think it was in the glove box. I don't fucking remember. But he told the officer he was going for his license. He got shot and died. What the fuck? He told you where he was going. He told you what he was going for. And you still decided to shoot him. I don't even know what happened to that. It's getting to the point. It's you know, there are a lot of things that happen, and you start to get numb to it, and that happens a lot, and it's happened a lot in this country for a fucking variety of reasons, and it's fucking ridiculous, because it's not that it's numbing. It's just, it's pissing more people off, and finally, I see this more now than I have ever seen in my 30 years on this fucking planet, that more and more people of all colors are seeing like, whoa, this shit's too much. You know, like they're finally opening up and seeing like, yo, what the hell's going on here? Like, is this really what's going on in the world, in this country? Is this really how we're gonna be in 2020, whatever the fuck you want to be? Where you know what I'm saying? Like, from the last one, you know, Ahmaud Arbery. I'm sorry if I can't pronounce his name correctly. I don't, you know. But when that happened, I saw more people very vocal about their disgust over that shit than I've ever seen over any other thing. And on one part of me, it made me happy. It's like, all right, fuck yeah, well, you know, awesome. People are finally seeing that this shit is bullshit, and it's got to stop. People aren't just being quiet. You know, they're voicing their displeasure, and hopefully fucking one day something's gonna change. And with this one, it's the same thing. It's basically the same fucking bullshit. The same reason, Aubrey died. This kid is fucking bullshit. Those two guys should still be around. There's no fucking reason for this shit, and it's like everybody's pissing everybody off, man. And even worse is the motherfuckers who trying their best to fucking defend him, man. I don't know if it's because they're just looking for being a troll and whatever the fuck. I don't know. Just fuck those people. Obviously, if you're even gonna attempt to defend the actions of the officer or those 4 officers out there, fuck you. Honestly, just fuck you. Ain't no way around it, man. Fuck you. I don't care. It makes no fucking sense. It makes no fucking sense. Now, there shouldn't be rioting and looting and all that kind of bullshit. But honestly, I mean, that's not a correct thing, but fuck, man. People are fucking tired, and I understand. People are pissed off. I don't agree with it, but fuck, man. I mean, racism is probably more likely always going to be here. Always going to be here as long as I'm alive, more likely. But, it's one of those things like, if there's one thing you can change, it'd be for me, more than likely, man. One thing I could change in the entire world, it would probably be that. Because if anyone knows me throughout my entire life, again, I just turned 30 last month. There is really not a racist bone in my fucking body. From all the way to, elementary school. This shit pissing me off, dude. I mean, with anyone knows who I went to school with, Sam Twiggs, Cormaine Jackson, we would always hang out in library, and we would, for me, it was Ludacris, What's Your Fancy, what got me into music. I would say being in trouble, being grounded, and listening to that shit got me into music, and they were 2 of my closest friends. Even Kwame, we went to welding together in high school. One of my closest friends at work, JoJo, one of my closest friends, you know what I'm saying? Hell, my fucking therapist of probably like fucking from elementary school till I graduated. He's a black guy. He's cool as shit. I'm trying to get him on to talk more about this, to have a perspective other than a fucking white guy, because obviously it's a touchy subject for everybody. But yeah, so fuck racism, fuck all that bullshit. I don't understand it. I've never understood it. I remember the first black girl I ever dated, Rachel Walker. I remember that. When I brought it to my mom was cool. I knew my mom's not racist, so I didn't worry about that. But my grandmother, I love my grandmother to death. She grew up from the 30s, on tobacco farm in North Carolina. So I wasn't sure. Because there's versions of, I'm cool with black people as friends, and then that's fine, but I don't want, white people dating black people. There's that too. You can be for one, but wrong on that other side. So I didn't know if she was like that. Like, she was cool with black people's friends, but wasn't sure if she was cool with the whole interracial dating. So I remember being terrified, being scared to bring my first black girlfriend over, and seeing how, seeing what my grandma, my Mima would say, and she was fine with it. She said, okay, that's cool. Whoever you want to be with, sweetie, that's fine. And that meant the world to me at that point, obviously. But it's just fucking stupid, man. I don't get it. I mean, if you got a old lady, I don't know, man. Is